What's up, everybody? This is Corey in Mission. No. We gotta be a little bit more hyped up than that, son. What's up, everybody? This is Corey in Mission Side Hustle, and as you know, I am on a mission to grow $500 to $1 million. Today, we're talking about something a little bit different, something that I've never told you guys about before, and that's how much money I make from monetizing on YouTube. Now, at this point, I'm actually approaching 2 years on the YouTube platform, and a lot of people have asked for this video before. They've asked me how much I might make on AdSense, and it's something I've been really hesitant to do because I've always felt like when creators do that, it's actually just kind of a weird flex. But given that a lot of people have been asking me, I figured I might as well share it since I already share all the money we make on the Mission Side Hustle businesses and activities anyway. Plus, maybe someone's in a similar position as I was and they need a little help and motivation moving forward because it's definitely not easy making a channel from scratch. Plus, I think the results might surprise some of you guys and hopefully even encourage anyone who's on a similar path as I was. Now I know, you're probably thinking, Corey, with your boyish charm, luscious mane, superb intellect, and humble attitude, you were probably monetized within a matter of days when you started your channel. And you would be wrong about the monetization. The other stuff is true. Now, before we talk about YouTube and how I got started on the channel, I want to just step all the way back and explain why I even started doing this, because I definitely know it's not what you were thinking. I never wanted to try to become famous. I never even wanted to really try to become rich. I just had a friend, his name is Rick, and he has a YouTube channel called Dig Dive Discover, and he does a lot of fossil hunting and artifact hunting, and my best friend Kendall and I went diving with him one day, and we had an absolute blast. I'd never made a video before in my whole life until that day, and once we went out that day, I said, dude, I gotta do this too. This is a ton of fun. Not only was the video really cool to make, but I actually found my own megalodon tooth when I was out there scuba diving these really, really dark waters, and it was even more amazing because I got to rub it in my friend Kendall's face because he really wanted one, but as they say, finders keepers, losers weepers. So a couple months after I made that video with my friend Rick, I had kind of figured out the idea that I wanted to do, which at that point, Mission Side Hustle was born, and the journey of growing $500 to $1 million was ready to be set in motion. So I posted my first video ever on December 9th of 2019, and it's a really terrible video of me just rambling in my car. Now, whenever I start a new project, I'm not a detailed-oriented person, but I'm very, very analytical in terms of researching things, especially new things when I start them. And one major piece of advice I have with anything, whether it be a hobby, a profession, a side hustle, a business, it's just get started. So that's what I did. I posted my first video just to hold myself accountable, and we started going from there. So after that first video, I posted my first vlog, and this is where I went out and bought the scooter to start Mission Side Hustle, and that was December 18th of 2019. Now flash forward from those videos I just talked about, and let's move all the way to October of 2020. That's when we finally got monetized. It took us a whole 10 months to get that monetization. I really want to point that out there because a lot of creators, they get it really fast. That's really good for them. They might post videos right off the bat that get a lot of success, they get a lot of traffic, and they're able to start making money right away. I was not that way. This was a labor of love for a long time where we had to just keep putting these videos out, and to be totally honest, it didn't bother me at all. I really like doing it. I love making these videos, and if I'm being candid with you guys, back then when the channel was not monetized and we actually didn't have a lot of traffic, there was way less pressure. Now I actually feel really, really beholden to you guys that I want to put out some really killer content, so I'm working really hard these days on it. Now, getting monetized in October was excellent timing because only the next month after that, in November, we finally had a video that got a lot of attention, and that's when we made $4,000 in profit flipping furniture. And once that video kicked off, that was the closest thing as the gold rush to our channel because all the other videos started getting viewed too, and we just had massive views from November all the way till March. Now, a lot of that success was attributed to the fact that furniture flipping was really starting to become very popular at that time, and we were one of the few creators that were putting out that kind of content on a regular basis. Since then, and spoiler alert, I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not bitter, I'm just telling you guys the truth here, we are not trending in the furniture flipping space as much anymore. It's because the channel, Mission Side Hustle, it's kind of a variety channel. The fact that we're gonna do lots of different things. We're not gonna just dial in on one thing. We're not just gonna dial in on flipping or junk removal or stocks or anything. We're always gonna do lots of different activities to push us toward that $1 million goal. That is the only thing that will remain constant. Now that's great from my perspective, but from YouTube algorithm perspective, maybe not quite as great. They wanna see consistency in topics so they know to put that out to people. That, for our channel, is just never gonna happen. So where does all that leave us now? And I would say, arguably in a pretty good place. Now, while our views are not as high as they once were when all those things were trending, we do have one thing that's very important to me and one thing that I really appreciate from you guys, and that is a very high returning viewer base. You'll see a lot of channels where they talk about how many people watch their channel versus like subscribed and unsubscribed, and consistently from you guys, we have a very high level of subscribers that are watching the video. So I owe a lot to you guys, and really, truly just want to say thank you for guys returning week after week and being on this journey with me. It makes a lot of fun for me, and it's a lot more enjoyable for me to be doing this with you guys on camera than without. Now, the purpose of this video is to really just detail my experience. So if you guys are watching this and you're wanting to learn a bit more about how these things work, definitely check out some other videos that explain CPM, RPM, and all those sorts of things, because I'm not really going to touch on it. I just want to give you the main analytics here. So far to date, the Mission Side Hustle YouTube channel has had 2,078,760 total views. And that brings us to a total revenue of $25,743.11. And if you ask me, that's really not bad for 1 year on YouTube. Now that said, you guys know I always like to detail how much money I'm making in revenue versus the profit that I'm keeping. So while that number is really large, that's not all the money I keep in my pocket. I do have a lot of expenses that come out when I buy new equipment and things like that. And also, don't you that guy takes all my money. That's Jonathan, he's my editor. And if you guys ever say like, fire video, awesome editing, I appreciate that, but it's not me, it's that guy over there. Last thing I wanna say before we wrap this up, a lot of you guys ask why I don't include the YouTube money toward that $1 million goal, and I've explained this before, but I wanna explain it with just a little bit more clarity, and the bottom line is, it would be cheating. Matter of fact, it would be cheating. We've been doing all these side hustles and businesses, and right now we have a net worth of about $25,000, and I just showed you guys that just with YouTube, we've made about that much money as well. And I really don't want to cross them over because I don't know what the future holds. Maybe the channel blows up, hopefully. Maybe it doesn't, but let's just say hypothetically it does. And let's say we've made $100,000 from flipping stuff or starting businesses or flipping houses or whatever the case might be, and we've made $900,000 from YouTube revenue. Would you guys expect me to say in good conscience that I made $1 million through business? I don't think I'd be able to. I'd have to say that I made $1 million making videos, and only 100,000 of that came from the actual businesses. So I want it to be the other way around. I want to make $1 million from business, from real estate, from flipping things, whatever activity we get into, and whatever is made on YouTube, that's the cherry on top. But I want that $1 million to come purely from one aspect and not from YouTube. Again, make sure you guys are watching these videos. I do need that YouTube money, okay? Let's not get it twisted here. I like the YouTube money, it's just not part of the Mission Side Hustle fund. So guys, I'll just wrap it up with this. If there's something that you want to start, if something that you're waiting on doing, the message that I would just say to you guys that I've taken away from all this is just go ahead and start. Just post that crappy video like I did on December 9th. Just take your first step forward. If it sucks, it sucks. Go back, watch my first video. It's really terrible. It's like 3 minutes and it's really boring. But go ahead and watch it. You guys will see. It's totally different than what we put out currently today. So if there's anything that you're waiting on and you're wanting to start, my advice to you would be just get started. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you guys next week.